So the LAPD locked up the wrong woman for almost 2 weeks. And this comes from Eyewitness News 7. There is a woman who filed a lawsuit claiming that the LAPD put her in jail for 13 days before realizing that they had the wrong person. She had the same name as a wanted woman. Bethany K. Farber's ordeal began. Bethany K. Farber's ordeal began last April when she was on her way to Mexico to visit family. She said Transportation Security Administration officials told her that there was a warrant out for her arrest in Texas. I asked them repeatedly to double check, and they completely blew me off, Farber said. They said, "Nope, Bethany Farber, we have you." Sorry, Bethany. There can only be one Bethany Farber. So, based on the fact that your first name says Bethany and the last name says Farber, that is enough for us to lock you up. And so please get in the back of this car. According to her legal team, TSA turned Farber over to the LAX police, who then turned her over to LAPD and took her to 77th Street Station for booking. Now, that's what's interesting at the time, is that when Miss Farber was booked, the police do nothing to confirm whether or not this Bethany Farber is that Bethany Farber. Farber's attorney, Rodney Diggs, said. This Bethany Farber, from what we understand, has an extensive criminal history. Her fingerprints are in the database, and Farber's family hired lawyers in Texas and SoCal to work on her release, and she was held in Linwood County Jail for 2 weeks without bail. Her family sent phone records, they sent photos to law enforcement, and the district attorney handling the case in Texas received a response from the prosecutor. And the prosecutor finally said, "Oh God, oh my God, we are so sorry. We will expedite this. We will get her out." Sorry, Bethany. Sorry, I know you have been locked up for 2 weeks in jail, and we weren't able to do the basic double checking work that a fifth grader would be able to do with matching up a name to a face. But my bad. My bad, Bethany. On April 28th, 2021, Farber was released from jail. She said the ordeal caused her ailing grandmother to suffer a stroke that led to her death. So imagine her grandmother, the last thing that her grandmother thought before she died is that her granddaughter is a wanted criminal. But thank God the LAPD put out a statement saying, "My bad. Sorry, Grandma. Sorry, Bethany. We sincerely apologize for putting you in a jail cell for 13 days without checking your name, without double checking to see that your face indeed match the records and bullshit like that." And this story, I imagine most people would see this story, and this is what I initially thought. You see this story, and you might think that this is just like it's a procedural thing, like something happened, something got mixed up, and it's akin to if it wasn't something like the police where you were locking people up and it was a serious thing where you lock someone up and they're away from their family, it puts a mark on their record. Forget all that for a second. This is just a procedural thing. Like if you scheduled a meeting with someone in your company by accident because someone else also had the same name. Maybe you might think something like that. Well, you know, like, sure, she got locked up for 13 days and that sucks, but this isn't something that happens regularly. It's just a small mix up. And it sucks that she had to spend that time, but here's the thing. How underqualified are the police? And I'm asking this from a general standpoint. because I learned how to double check things in 4th grade, probably before that. The art of double checking when I turned in a homework assignment at 8 years old, and my teacher said, "Hey, you see this name right here? Does it actually match up to the person that you're talking about?" And I would search on the computer because I didn't have a phone at that point, and I would look up the fact, and my teacher said, "Yeah, go look it up and come back and double check it. This is the first draft, and then you'll get everything right when we eventually hand it in." And so I go back, I double check, I look over the facts, pull up the computer, and my 8-year-old self comes back to school the next week, and I go, "Yeah, I think it's double checked. This checks out, This paper on Christopher Columbus and all these facts, it matches up to Christopher Columbus." And I hand in that paper, and I get a B plus, and everyone's happy. And I've learned the art of how to double check something like a name to a face. This is double checking. The stakes are much higher, because if you aren't able to confirm someone's identity, they sleep on a sperm-infested cot for 14 days by accident. But how underqualified are the police where they were not able to perform a simple procedure like this, and they're supposed to be the same people that are solving homicides? Like, these are the same people that are solving homicides in Los Angeles, which, from what I understand, there are a lot of these days. And how can you be expected to follow the breadcrumbs of a double murder when you can't even follow the breadcrumbs of looking for someone that has the same last name? The last name is Farber. I'll give them the first name. I'll give them the fact that Bethany is not a super common name, but Farber? You don't run a double check on Farber just to see, hey, did we accidentally lock up the wrong Farber? I knew like 6 Farbers just in my town. And yeah, it was Jewish, so there was a higher percentage, and statistically I'm more likely to run into a Farber, but still. How do you not, like let's walk through what happened, what I imagine happened. So let's go back to the article for a second. So Miss Farber is booked. The police do nothing to confirm whether Farber is that Bethany Farber. So there's a warrant out for Bethany Farber's arrest. Bethany Farber shows up at LAX airport, and they look at her ID and they go, Bethany Farber. Okay, this matches the same name as a wanted criminal. Should we check the photo against the other person that's wanted? Should we look up anything basic about fingerprints or, just see if she has a YouTube channel? Does it match the face of Bethany? Check her Facebook page. Like these are things that I've done before getting into an Uber. Like you see the license plate number, and I take a quick glance at the guy's face, and I go, you know what? This looks like the guy. This looks like the license plate number. If he kills me, at least it was the right guy. So I'm going to hop right in the back seat, Ahim. This is the equivalent. This is basically what it's the equivalent of. This is like the police. This is like me. If I knew that there was an Uber I just called that's about to show up in 5 minutes, and the only information that I have is that it's a Toyota Camry, and I hop in the first Toyota Camry I see, and I go, okay. And the guy's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, take me, I think it's 505. Take me to the pizza place on the corner of Court Street. And he's like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, do you not drive Uber? And he says, no. But because I've seen him in a Toyota Camry, I keep insisting, dude, you must be the Uber driver. You're in a Toyota Camry. I see you right here. Toyota Camry's coming to pick me up. And he goes, let me see that. And I pass my phone to the guy, and he says, you're looking for a black Toyota Camry, dude. I'm in a red one. And my name's Joseph, not Ahim. And this license plate doesn't even match mine. And I look him in the face and I say, you think you fucking have me, bro? You think you're gonna fucking pull one over on me, bro? And I call the police and they lock this guy up for 2 weeks. That's exactly the same situation as what just happened here. This is like the police, like when police officers call an Uber, did they just hop in the first car that they see? Did they just lock up the first person with the same name? Do they not check the photo? Is there not a basic procedure where you look at the photo, you match it up to like just looking at one shred of evidence of identification, birth date, middle initial? Is that how they found out? They were looking for a wanted criminal whose name was Bethany K. Farber, and they finally looked at her license and it said Bethany M. Farber, and they go, oh shit, are you Bethany M. Farber? Oh fuck, my bad. Yeah, we're looking for Bethany K. By the way, your grandma's dead, so you might want to check in on that. I don't know what's happening there, but here's your clothes. Also, I mean, I've people have said this before, and this you see this a lot with police solving crimes and locking people up for crimes that they haven't committed, especially with minorities, black people, black men in particular. We don't have a crime solving system. We have a crime assignment system. So and again, I'm not an expert on police activity. I'm not an expert on the process at all. I'm simply just saying things that I observe. And based on what I know about people being locked up for the wrong crime, or they didn't even commit a crime at all, but they're the police and the prosecution combined to fight to get this person locked up for that crime, despite what the evidence may say. They ignore shit. They keep pushing. They don't want to be wrong. And it seems like they're more interested in assigning the crime to someone than they are solving it. As long as we can pin Joe for murder, the murder's been solved. And then it's like, wait, what if Joe's not a murderer? It's like, oh, well, it doesn't matter. We've pinned it on him, you know? His name's Joe. We got him. It's like they don't need the Bethany Farber. They need a Bethany Farber. We don't need the murderer. We just need a guy who is walking on the same sidewalk. We need a guy that fits. We need a guy we can sell. I feel like a lot of times it's like a sales thing that goes into locking people up for crimes. It's like, all right, like we have this dude. We have some evidence that points to the fact that he committed the crime, but can we sell this? Can we sell this to the judge? Can we sell this to the jury? How can we wrap this guy up in a bow and pass him off and fucking sell this dude like it's Black Friday? Because his black ass is going to jail. How funny would it be if the real Bethany Farber convinced the police that she wasn't the real Bethany Farber, so they had it right the first time? And she's like, no, you have the wrong one. I'm Bethany M. Farber. Bethany M. Farber, officer. You're looking for Bethany K. And they let go this serial murderer, Bethany M. Farber. And they bring in Bethany K. Farber. She's a suburban housewife in New Jersey. They're like, yeah, we got you. Show up at our house with the red and blues. Her husband's like, dear, what's going on? What? They're saying you murdered? Police are like, yeah, I'm sorry to tell you, but your wife's a cold-blooded murderer. We thought we had her. We thought we had the person who did it, but it turns out she was just someone with the same name Bethany K. Farber. Bethany M. Farber, it's your wife. I'm sorry to let you know this, sir. We're gonna take her away now. And the husband's like, how do you know? How do you know it's my wife? What? She has an alibi. You said it was last Thursday night. We were playing poker. I play poker with my wife. Most guys, they don't like playing poker with their wife. And I bring her along because she's a good time. And I'm proud of that. She makes me a better player and a better husband. And the officer's like, that sounds awful, but doesn't change the fact that your wife's name is the same name that the wrong Bethany gave us. She told us the same name on the license. And look, we're going with it. We can sell your wife. This Bethany is an easier sell to the jury than the last Bethany. And we've assigned this crime to her. Her poker days are over. At least on the outside. And then they take her away for 25 years.